Hello and welcome back to another preview, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time again. It's Potter Clock. It certainly is Potter Clock. It's also West London Derby Day once again as Chelsea welcome Brentford to the Bridge. We extended our unbeaten run of matches to 4 with a draw at home to Arsenal last weekend. But listen, I would be remiss if I didn't speak for everyone. Well, when I say everyone, I mean Chelsea fans. When I say we feel frustrated not to have taken all 3 points at Stamford Bridge, having gone 2-0 ahead. But we can't keep our heads there. We need to move forward. We know what happened. We know what we did wrong, and we know where to go from here. Certain decision making as well from Pochettino at hand. I would personally say bringing certain players off. Were those decisions necessary? Bringing players on, the likes of James, was it necessary? I'm not so sure. All these questions surrounding those types of decisions, all those questions surrounding Chelsea as a whole may or may not be answered one day. But for now, we turn our focus slightly to another London side. Brentford are currently 3 points worse off than they were this time last season, where they had 13 points after 9 games. The only difference in results is switching a win for a loss, hence the 3 points deficit. With that said, 3 points has caused quite the difference, with Brentford now 4 places lower than that last season, sitting in 14th as opposed to 10th. We are in 10th, they're in 14th. There's some similarities here. As we all know, it means absolutely diddly fucking squats, as Brentford ended up finishing above us, as did every other London side. We sat in 8th place this time last year, and were 2 points off worse than we were last season, and obviously sat in 10th. So we too have not exactly had the best of starts, not just Brentford. Now, it goes without saying that we ourselves have struggled against Brentford since they returned to top tier football. That's not saying much, though, as we've obviously struggled against pretty much every side in the last 2 years. But still, we're winless in the last 3 against the Bees. And Brentford... Sorry, and we've only won 1 of the last 5 that we've played against Brentford in the league, conceding 6 across those games and scoring just 2. It's a poor story. It really, really is. Brentford come into this game following a run of 6 games without a victory before a convincing 3-0 home win against Burnley. Hardly an accomplishment, might I say, considering we packed 4 past them not too long ago at Turf Moor, of all places. Again, something to note, Thomas Frank's side kept a clean sheet for the first time since mid-August. And listen, considering the fact that we ourselves have scored 9 in our last 4 matches, never thought I'd say something as, those numbers being as high as that. But again, we've scored 9 in our last 4 matches in all competitions, of which we've won 3 and drawn 1, obviously. I'd argue we have a decent chance of getting at least 1 goal in this game. Team news. There isn't much to go off of right now, as I'm doing this a bit earlier than I would normally would. 12:30 kickoff, though. I need to get this out a little sooner rather than later. All we can say, obviously, injuries are no different. The inclusion of Reece James is to be expected. Other than that, I mean, what are we saying? Sanchez in goal again. A lot of people asking for Petrovic. A lot of people asking for Petrovic to finally get his chance after Sanchez caused some issues against Arsenal, to say the least. Cucurella on the left, I'm all for it. Listen, I was part of the Cucurella train early days in the more recent times. Obviously, everyone was against him for a long time. I was one of the main people to say how I feel about Cucurella in the past. However, much to the dismay, or much to the sort of confusion of Alex and Mod in the watch-alongs, when Cucurella played really well in his first game back, I was all but just all praise. Everything I gave him was praise, and they couldn't believe it. And I saw it. I saw it before everyone. I tell you now, I back it. And that was on the right. He's now on the left. He did well there. Kept Bukayo Saka at bay. So to him, down the left, fantastic. James, as I said, expected to be on the right. If he's 100% fit now, there's absolutely no chance that Malo Gusto is going to be keeping him at bay. Thiago Silva will keep his place, and Levi Colwill as the left centre-back, I expect to stay there. Caicedo, Fernandes, the same again for them. Pretty much to be expected. Mikhail Mudryk, fantastic goal from him, whether he meant it or not. He'll be starting on the left, I reckon. Palmer down the right-hand side. Gallagher just in front. And Sterling. What are we saying? Jackson may start if he's fit. I'm sure he'll feature at some point or another. But I think it will be an as you were kind of situation. Like the fundamental foundations of this Chelsea side are coming together. I know there's still some really big names missing. Fofana and Nkunku, Lavia, Chilwell also out recently. Breuer, he's out again. It's looking good. It's all coming together. I'm not nervous for this game, which sometimes it's a little scary in and of itself. Predictions-wise, with that said, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling very confident. Surely we aren't about to go a fourth game without a win against this lot. Their recent record is bang average. 6 games without a win, and then they got one in recently against Burnley. We've done that. Everyone's done that. It's no big fucking thing. A draw against Arsenal in the scheme of things is no drop in form for us. We might have bottled it a little bit, but overall form, we've shown we look good. We've shown we look great against a side who are still unbeaten in this season. So I'm disappointed, but I'm not thinking, oh, well, there goes the form then. We're still unbeaten in 4. We can go unbeaten in 5. I feel like it will be a fairly straightforward game for the Blues, which typically, as I said earlier, means that it is only going to end up going one way. It will end up being anything but easy for Chelsea come Saturday morning. But I'm confident nonetheless. 2-0 is my prediction. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. Please, as always, smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. Plenty of content coming up. So keep your eyes peeled. As always, my name is Harry, up the Chelsea, and peace.